Focus is the key to every success in life. But some people have this natural talent for focusing their attention on what matters. Others struggle with focus their entire lives. You can become better at focusing your attention. It's a skill that can be learned. And I want to share with you 5 simple habits that will make you better at focusing your attention so that you can achieve more success in life. Number 1, use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is the most popular time management technique out there. It was invented by a man named Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. And the method is quite simple. Work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break of around 20 to 30 minutes. The reason why this technique works so well is because you force yourself to be fully present in the moment when you work. There are many apps available to help you with the Pomodoro technique. You can also do it yourself without an app. Just set a timer on your phone or computer for 25 minutes and commit to working on a single task until the timer goes off. Take a 5-minute break and then repeat the process. At first, it may feel weird to force yourself to stop working after only 25 minutes, but once you get used to it, it becomes second nature. You will be surprised how much work you can get done using this technique. Number 2, choose only 3 most important tasks each day. This might seem counterintuitive. How can it be beneficial to limit the amount of work you do? Hear me out. When you start your workday without a plan, you are more likely to get distracted and sidetracked by less important tasks. You may find yourself jumping from one task to another without ever finishing anything. You need to be very careful about the tasks you choose to do each day. If you try to do too much, you will end up not finishing anything. Having too many tasks on your plate can also lead to stress and burnout. It can be overwhelming to think about everything that needs to be done. That's where the 3 most important tasks come into play. Identify the 3 most important tasks you need to complete that day and focus on them. Once those tasks are done, you can move on to other things. You won't always know exactly which tasks these are before starting your day. So when you start your workday, take some time to evaluate your options and decide which tasks are the most important. Sometimes this can be difficult to determine. If you have multiple projects going on and each project has multiple tasks, my suggestion is to ask yourself, which task will have the biggest impact if completed today? Once you have identified your 3 most important tasks for the day, write them down and put them somewhere visible. You could, for example, write them on a sticky note and place them on your computer monitor. Or you could add them to your calendar. It doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you keep them visible and in front of you at all times. As you work through your day, you may be tempted to take on other tasks or projects. However, remind yourself of your 3 most important tasks and stay focused on them. It may be helpful to set deadlines for yourself in order to stay on track. You should also reward yourself when you finish your 3 most important tasks. This could be something small like taking a break or checking your social media accounts. Or it could be something bigger like going out for lunch or taking the rest of the day off. Whatever you do, make sure it's something that motivates you to continue focusing on your top 3 tasks the next day. By following these tips, you will be able to improve your focus and get more work done in less time. Number 3, make a mental clutter list and eliminate it. We all have mental clutter. These are all the little things that are constantly running through our heads and distracting us from what we should be doing. Mental clutter can be in the form of worries about the future, regrets about the past, or even just random thoughts that pop into our heads. Whatever it is, it can make it very difficult to focus on the task at hand. The good news is, there is something you can do about it. One thing you can do to reduce mental clutter is to make a list of all the things that are constantly running through your head. This can be a very powerful exercise because it allows you to get all those thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Once they're down, you can start to analyze them and see which ones are actually worth worrying about. Most of the time, you will realize that many of your worries are irrational and that you have no control over the situation. When you realize this, you can start to let go of those worries and focus on the things that are actually important. To make a mental clutter list, take some time to sit down and relax. Close your eyes and think about all the things that have been on your mind lately. Write down every thought that pops into your head. Don't censor yourself or try to make sense of the thoughts. Just let them flow onto the paper. Once you've finished writing, take some time to look over your list. Try to identify any patterns or themes that emerge. You may be surprised at what you find. You may have a lot of worries about things that are beyond your control. You may also notice that many of your worries are based on assumptions that may not be true. Once you've identified the negative thoughts, start to challenge them. Ask yourself whether they are rational and whether there is anything you can do to change the situation. If the answer is no, then let those thoughts go. They are not worth holding on to. If the answer is yes, then make a plan of action. Write down what you need to do to address the situation and then take action. By following these steps, you will be able to reduce mental clutter and focus on what matters most. Number 4, focus on one task at a time. Multitasking is a myth. We can't focus on more than one task at a time. Our brains are simply not wired for it. When we try to multitask, we end up switching our attention from one task to another so quickly that neither task gets our full attention. This means that we end up spending more time than necessary on both tasks, and neither task gets done efficiently. Not only that, but multitasking also reduces the quality of our work. When we're focused on multiple tasks, we're more likely to make mistakes, and we're less likely to be proud of our work. Instead of multitasking, we should focus on one task at a time. When we give a task our full attention, we're able to complete it quickly and accurately. We're also more likely to be satisfied with the results. Of course, sometimes we have no choice but to multitask. For example, if we're driving, we need to pay attention to the road, the other cars, the pedestrians, etc. For example, answering emails, making phone calls, having meetings, etc. These tasks do not require our constant attention. We can give them our full attention for a few minutes and then move on to the next task. This way, we will be able to get more things done in less time, and we will be more satisfied with our work. Number 5, manage your distractions. Distractions are the enemy of focus. When we're trying to focus on something, distractions compete for our attention. They pull us away from what we're trying to focus on and make it more difficult to get things done. There are 2 types of distractions, internal and external. External distractions are things in our environment that compete for our attention. This could be noise, visual clutter, or other people. Internal distractions are things that originate inside of us. This could be our own thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations. To manage external distractions, we need to create an environment that is conducive to focus. This means minimizing noise and visual clutter and setting boundaries with other people. For example, we could tell our family or roommates that we need quiet time to focus on a project. We could also use noise-canceling headphones or earplugs to block out noise. Managing internal distractions is a bit more challenging. Our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations are always going to be there. The best way to deal with them is to learn how to observe them without judgment. When we observe our distractions without judgment, we're able to let them pass without giving them too much attention. We can't control what happens inside of us, but we can control how we react to what happens. When we observe our distractions without judgment, we're able to maintain our focus. By managing our distractions, we create an environment where we can focus on what matters most. This allows us to get more things done and be more productive. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't waste your precious time trying to impress people who don't care about you. You have a limited amount of time in this world. Don't waste it trying to live someone else's life. That's the worst thing you can do. Do what you want to do. Follow your dreams and don't let anyone stop you. No one else is going to do it for you. Don't waste your time waiting for things to happen. Make things happen. You only get one shot at this, so make the most of it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will use these tips to become better at focusing your attention.